हाथ जोड़ने।
Mumbai, the economic capital of the country, provides jobs to lakhs of people. Every year, migrants from different parts of the country immigrate to the city of dreams. But due to huge inflow of the population and rising demands, the property rates are at the highest in the metro city. And thus, many can only imagine living in gated societies. Many have to reside in unplanned settlements like chawls or worse, slums. Take, for example, this settlement. On your screen right now, you can see visuals from Jamroshi Nagar, a slum located in Mumbai's suburban Malad. This slum is home for more than 10,000 slum dwellers. The Marathi community dominated hamlet is less than 10 minutes away from the Western Express Highway and 14 minutes away from the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. A look at the surroundings of the slum and one can spot many already developed high-story apartments with amenities like swimming pools and gyms. Many other are still being developed. On the other hand, just few kilometers away, reality strikes the residents of Jamroshi Nagar. The roads leading up to the slum indicate that one is now entering the slum area, symbolic to the situation faced by many of its residents. Apart from bad roads, the residents struggle to get basic necessities like water and electricity. The women of Jamroshi Nagar have to get out of their houses and wait for an hour daily to store enough water for their basic needs.
पानी नहीं मिलता है टाइम पे, पानी मांगता है सब कुछ, तो पानी है 300 रुपया 400 रुपया भाड़ा देता है पानी को। पानी टाइम पे नहीं मिलता है हम लोग को। हाँ, दिन दिन भर पानी के लिए बैठता है, 400 रुपया भाड़ा भरना मांगता है पानी का।
According to the residents, until few months ago, they did not even have a legal electricity connection, and thus they had to resort to electricity theft. However, now they have a connection of electricity, but that is a commercial one, for which they are paying 14 rupees per unit, which is much higher than what a common residential household pays in Mumbai for its electricity needs.
और लाइट दिया तो लाइट बहुत भारी पड़ता है, कमाने का लाइट भरने का 16-17 रुपये मीटर पड़ता है हमको। ऐसा भरेगा, ऐसा उसमें से ही भरते हैं हम लोग। पानी नहीं मिलता है, लाइट नहीं मिलता है, घर तो मिलता ही नहीं, कितना दिन से मट्टी में है सब रहते। बच्चे लोग का पढ़ाई नहीं होता है, स्कूल में बच्चे लोग जाते तो अंधेरे में पढ़ाई करता है बच्चे लोग।
बिजली दिन भर नहीं रहती है, खाली रात को ही बिजली रहती है, दिन भर काट दिया जाता है बिजली का। 6 बजे चालू होएगा, दिन भर नहीं रहती है बिजली का, तो यही प्रॉब्लम है। और जो मीटर है इधर, मीटर कुछ नहीं है, ऐसे क्या चोरी का लाइट है इधर, चोरी का लाइट है इधर, मीटर कुछ नहीं, क्योंकि फॉरेस्ट जोन में आता है एरिया।
उसका कुछ पैसा भरते हैं आप लोग?
पैसा तो मीटर का तो अभी 1 साल में मीटर आया है, नीचे 9 रुपये मिनट पड़ता है, इधर 14 रुपये, मतलब 6 रुपये हमारा एक्स्ट्रा दिया जाता है, वो भी हमको परवड़ता नहीं है।
Most people living in the slum either work as house help or do other blue-collar jobs. The locality has only one toilet. Over the years, the toilet is almost in dilapidated condition and lacks basic hygiene. Many of the residents want better standards of living, but their hopes to get out of these horrible living conditions are stuck in administrative delays and red tapes.
2003 वाले हैं, 4 वाले हैं, सब लोग यहाँ पे हैं। और यहाँ आप आके वीडियो बना ये कर रहे हैं, न्यूज़ पे लगा रहे हैं, आप आके सामने देखो ना, यहाँ लाइट का बिल है, न यहाँ पानी का सुविधा है, न यहाँ रहने का सुविधा है। वो बुलडोजर वाला आते हैं, बुलडोजर चला के निकल जाते हैं, बोलते हैं यहाँ बनाने का कोई आदेश नहीं है, वहाँ से ये लो परमिशन लो तब बनाओ रूम। कैसे पब्लिक जिएगी? वोटिंग आता है, अपना वोट लेके साइड में निकल जाते हैं, दूसरा में फंस जाता है।
घर सोच के बूढ़े हो गए, अभी हम लोग वो लोग के पीछे इतना उम्र हो गया, घर का, पानी का, लाइट का सब प्रॉब्लम है।
According to the 2011 census, 42% of Mumbai still resides in slums. To improve their living conditions, in 1995, the state government came up with a Slum Redevelopment Authority scheme to provide free housing to the poor slum dwellers. But 27 years later, the scheme remains stuck in a maze of unkept promises, incomplete project, and many poor slum dwellers in illegal hutments awaiting their own house in the city of dreams. The story of Jamrushi Nagar is not much different. The sprawling slum is situated between the Western Express Highway and Sanjay Gandhi National Park. The park is protected by the State Forest Department. According to the state, the land on which the slum is situated is a forest land, making the slum dwellers encroachers. The residents, however, say that they have been living here for the last 3 generations. The encroachers in the area are divided into categories: 1. Eligible encroachers, and 2. Ineligible encroachers. Now, what exactly is the eligibility criteria? According to a High Court order in the Rajendra Prasad Brijbhushan versus the State of Maharashtra case on 29th of August 2008, a bench headed by Judge A.P. Deshpande passed an order. The High Court directed the state government to collect a sum of 7,000 rupees from the persons who are staying in the region prior to year 1995 under the rehabilitation scheme formulated by the state government. Speaking to HW News, the residents of Jamrushi Nagar also shared documents like Aadhaar card, voter ID card, and receipt of 7,000 rupees paid for eligibility for the SRA scheme. Many we spoke to have been issued acknowledgement card by the Sanjay Gandhi National Park authorities with their details mentioned on it. At the same time, the High Court also said that those who are ineligible in any part of the Sanjay Gandhi National Park shall be removed in accordance with law within 8 weeks. The High Court also directed the Forest Department and the Police Department to ensure that no fresh encroachments are done in the region. We also spoke to Clement Ben, the additional conservator at Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Here is what he said.
Yeah, it happened way back in 1997. The Honorable High Court gave a judgment in this regard, saying that eligible encroachers of Sanjay Gandhi National Park who have inhabited this area from the cutoff date of 1/1/95. So they should be surveyed and an inventory has to be made, and sum of rupees 7,000 should be collected from them. Vis-a-vis, they will get an accommodation, right? And 500 an accommodation there, maybe outside in Mada or elsewhere. So there were some eligible 25,000 odd eligible encroachers. Out of them, the first phase of 12,500 they have been already allotted a house.
Okay.
The remaining 12,000 odd, they could not be accommodated because there were no takers for the contract. Actually, there were some issues because the air funnel issue was there. And the Air Force station was there, and these things were there. And because of maybe some, it was not viable for the MADA to get some contractors to build this infrastructure.
Right.
So
right.
it is very much live, and we are also praising different agencies, maybe SRA also, to do it at that. So once we get some proper response and the things will be done, because these are all on record as per the dictates of the Honorable High Court. So that is one part. The second part, people who are not eligible because they have colonized this area post 1/1/95. So there is no policy clear on that as far as the state government is concerned. Once the policy decision in this regard is taken, then accordingly will be doing the needful. So people who have colonized this land inside the vicinity of Sanjay Gandhi National Park post 1/1/1995, they are considered as encroachers, and maybe in distant pieces we are also trying to evict them. When we contacted the SRA official about this issue, he gave us a written response. He said that the slum dwellers are not under SRA. Slums situated on the Sanjay Gandhi National Park forest land. Rehabilitation proposed under clause 3.11 of the DCPR
2034 and government has given the responsibility for rehabilitation of Sanjay Gandhi National Park slum dwellers to MHADA. We tried to contact MHADA officials, but the officials weren't immediately available for a comment. According to officials, some families residing in the slums have already been rehabilitated and the rehabilitation of the remaining families is still in process. However, according to the slums and according to the locals, the families that have already been rehabilitated are the ones that were impacted by a wall collapse due to incessant rains. According to a Times of India report from 2021, an affidavit was filed in the Bombay High Court by the Sanjay Gandhi National Park officials stating various reasons for failure of rehabilitation of the slum dwellers in the region, ranging from the scale of rehabilitation, the funding required, and the unwillingness of eligible encroachers to be rehabilitated at faraway regions. While the rehabilitation process gets stuck in the administrative delays and the red tapeism, the locals of Jamrushi Nagar ask only one question. If we are eligible to cast votes, then why aren't we eligible to get basic facilities? The Jamrushi Nagar region falls in the legislative constituency of Dindoshi. As the BMC elections approach, the issue of the slum dwellers in Jamrushi Nagar is expected to be in the spotlight once again. We also spoke to the MLA of the Dindoshi constituency, Sunil Prabhu, who is from Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray party. He said that he has taken up the issue of Jamrushi Nagar residents time and again, and he had also chaired 2 meetings with the then Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray on this issue. He listed out the efforts made by him to resolve the matter and said that due to the collapse of the Shiv Sena-led Mahavikas Aghadi government, the matter could not be processed and the current government is not responding to requests made by him. He assured that not only will he stand by the slum dwellers but also not let a single brick be moved until they are rehabilitated to a better house.
सर तो मेरा सवाल आपसे मेरा सवाल
मैं आपको सारे सवालों का जवाब देता हूँ। जब
हाँ।
ये एक 1195 के जिन्होंने पैसे भरे हैं 7,000 रुपया,
हाँ।
उनको घर देना है ऐसा कोर्ट ने कहा है, बराबर है। तो उनके लिए आर्य कॉलोनी में जमीन ली गई। जमीन देने के बाद जो अंदर के साइड में जमीन थी उस पर TDR तैयार नहीं होता, वो काम नहीं होता।
जी सर।
उसके बाद में प्राइवेट जमीन के ऊपर कायदा आया कि अगर कलेक्टर जमीन हो, प्राइवेट जमीन हो, 2011 का अगर सेंसस लगा हुआ हो तो उसको वास्तविक का पुरावा है तो उसको घर देना चाहिए, बराबर है। तो 2011 का भी इस फॉरेस्ट संजय गांधी राष्ट्रीय उद्यान में लागू होना चाहिए, ये मांग मैंने की एज ए लोकल MLA विधानसभा में। और जब बिल आया तो बिल में उसको वापस एक उसमें क्लियरेंस लिया गया और सीएम ने उस वक्त डिक्लेयर किया कि संजय गांधी राष्ट्रीय उद्यान को भी 2011 का ये वास्तविकता ये लगेगा। उसके बाद में पूरी तरह से इन्वेंट्री हुई, चालू भी है। और गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेदारी होती है कि इसको लैंड देकर इसको बना के देना। 7,000 जिन्होंने भरा है और 2011 के सेंसस के अनुसार जो गवर्नमेंट 7,000 जिसने भरा है और 2011 का सेंसस के अनुसार गवर्नमेंट जो तय किया है वास्तव का अधिकार होने के बाद उसको घर देना उसमें देना चाहिए। और मैं उद्धव ठाकरे जब मुख्यमंत्री थे तब मैं 2 बार इसके बारे में मीटिंग लगाई जी। और मैंने मीटिंग लगाने के बाद मैंने गवर्नमेंट से कहा तो उसमें ऐसा हुआ कि बहुत से लोगों ने उसमें MPs भी थे, MLAs भी थे, मुंबई से लेकर थाना तक के। उनका कहना ऐसा है कि वो संजय गांधी राष्ट्रीय उद्यान के आजू बाजू में जो प्राइवेट लैंड है, जहाँ SRA बन रहा है या प्राइवेट लैंड है, उसको एक्वायर किया जाए। मतलब एक्वायर करके वही गवर्नमेंट ने उनको घर बनाना चाहिए और जो भी कुछ 20-22-25 हजार घर लगेंगे वो बना के उसको ही वहाँ को शिफ्ट करेंगे तो उनका स्कूल बाकी जो भी है नौकरी वगैरह तो सब पूरी तरह से सेटल हो जाएंगे। राइट। उसके बाद में उसी वक्त मुख्यमंत्री ने कमेटी अपॉइंट की। उस कमेटी उपनगर पालक मंत्री उसका अध्यक्ष है, समझे कि नहीं। तो पालक मंत्री ने उसके बारे में 2 मीटिंग लगाई कि ये जमीन ढूंढने के लिए। तो आर्य कॉलोनी की एक जमीन अपन ढूंढे और 2-3 जमीन। उसके बाद उद्धव ठाकरे जी का गवर्नमेंट गिर गया। बाद में जो 6 महीने के बाद ये गवर्नमेंट आया है,
हाँ सर सुन रहा हूँ।
हाँ, उसमें 2 बार मैंने उसका रिमाइंड लेटर दिया, वन मंत्री को दिया हूँ, मुख्यमंत्री को दिया हूँ, लेकिन उसके ऊपर कोई ना पालक मंत्री की मीटिंग हुई है ना गवर्नमेंट ने कोई डिसीजन लिया है। हम विपक्ष में हैं, हम चिल्ला रहे हैं जी। और एक बात बोलता हूँ जी, जब तक इनको घर मिलके उनको शिफ्ट नहीं होते
जी।
तब तक संजय गांधी राष्ट्रीय उद्यान के एक भी झोपड़ी की कोई ईंट को फॉरेस्ट वाले हाथ भी नहीं लगाते
जी।
जो 2011 के सेंसस तक के।
What is striking here is that the authorities that we spoke to, the politicians that we spoke to, all of them agree that the issue of Jamrushi Nagar slum dwellers must be resolved. But when will it happen? They too have little idea about it. But between this administrative delay and the hope for a resolution in the near future, the present condition of the slum dwellers, the residents of Jamrushi Nagar, is not getting any better.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.